there. Alright, we're going to do our Algebra 2 9B practice test. Get us ready for our test tomorrow. Alright, graphing our equations. 90% sure that these ones had a little multiple choice action here, but we're going to graph them on our own because that's how great we are. Solving our bottom, we're going to get our vertical asymptote. X is going to have to equal -2 because we make this bottom part equal to 0 here. So we would be looking for asymptote right around here. Horizontal asymptote, so long as our powers are the same and all that kind of blah blah blah. Well, in this case we got the number on the back side here, so we're going to go with that one. Y equals -1. So we're going right along in here. Exciting. The negative sign here means this one is going to be on the bottom left and top right. So we're looking for a curve here in these places, and you should be able to tell what's going on with your multiple choice action just with those kind of ideas. Alright, number 2. This one is a little bit trickier because we actually have to find a couple more things, but in your multiple choice format it's not such a big deal. So our vertical asymptote, again, we're just solving the bottom, so that's going to be x equals +2 in this case. So 1, +2 out here. Horizontal asymptote. Since our powers are the same, we're looking at our front numbers here, so that's going to be y equals -3, 2, 3. So you should be able to kind of tell what's going on with your graph from that point on. If you want to find your x-intercept, that's where we're going to solve our top equal to 0. So that would be a -3x minus 3 equals 0. We would add 3, get a -3x equals 3, and divide. So we get x equal to -1. So that means our intercept is right here. The y is going to be your back numbers, so our y-intercept is going to be y equals +3/2. Those two negatives will cancel each other, so that's a little bit more than 1. So something like that there. That gets us an idea of where our graph's going to go. We're going to be on this side, swooping through these points, and then down here on the bottom right. And multiple choice wise, you should be able to figure things out. If you want to use the formula to decide whether or not it is a positive or negative, and use your b minus AD over c, you can use that as well to determine whether it's top left, bottom right, or this way. I don't know, they're all kind of equally the same as far as how tough they are, so it's not a big deal. Finding our horizontal asymptotes. This is going to be the one where we're asking the question about our powers. Powers are the same, then we go with our front numbers and just circle it. If our power on the bottom is bigger, that's when we're going to go with our y equals 0. Again, powers here are the same. We go with our front numbers. 2 over 2, remember, is going to reduce to 1 and give us that. Those should be free points right there. Nice and easy. Vertical asymptotes, bottom's equal to 0. So we're just looking at the opposites of whatever's in our parenthesis groups. So this one's going to be our +7 and -9. This one's going to be a 0 for the front one and a -5 for this guy. Gives us C. Easy stuff, going way back on just solving little things for 0. These ones are a little trickier. What are all of our asymptotes going to be? We got the same power here, so we're going to go with our y is going to be the front numbers. So we're looking at y equals -2. So that eliminates this guy as an answer. Now I've got to factor this. X squared minus 3x minus 10, that's going to be x minus 5, x plus 2, setting equal to 0 to find my vertical asymptotes, the x equals numbers. Going to give me x equals a +5 or the -2, and that's going to help me find my last ones, which is D has all of those proper. Alright, so here my power on top is smaller than the power on bottom. That means I need a y equals 0. So these two are eliminated. So now I'm down to which kind of numbers I need here. So let's factor that. It's going to be a plus 6 and x minus 5 equal to 0. But remember, when we solve that, we always got to change as we come out of that parenthesis group and get those ones there as our final answer. Alright, rational function with its equation. This is a little bit tricky because we got to take what is in the graph and figure that out. Vertical asymptote here is at x equals 0. That means our bottom 0 is the bad number to plug in. So we're looking for one of these guys. We're not looking for the 5 on the bottom there because our number to plug in would have been 5. So our 0 here means we need nothing but 0, or just x on the bottom. This guy here is going through 5, and that means we're at y equals 5. That means my front numbers had to give me a 5. This one would have been a negative 5. This one is a positive 5, so I'm going with C. Alright, domain. Domain is the same as our vertical asymptotes. It's still just bottom, equals 0. There's a lot of extra O work there. Alright, so we're going to set our bottom equal to 0. In this case, it's just 0. So we're going with that one. Don't go picking something like that. There's somebody out there that will. This guy here, we just set up our little equation. We're going to put that equal to 0, subtract the 32. So 4x equals negative 32. We divide that by 4. So x equals negative 8. Whoa. Yeah, I know it's not over here. Let's pretend that one said negative 8. It'll be B. It's okay. Sometimes the things, when we change the numbers, we forget to change the answer choices to match. It'll be okay. The one on the test works. I already checked it. Life will be alright. Here, looking for our domain again. It's just making your bottoms equal to 0. So these are going to be our, just the difference of squares. Square root of 25 is 5, so we're looking for plus or minus 5. Square root of 36 is 6. We're looking for plus or minus 6. That's just changing them into the x plus 5, x minus 5 thing equal to 0. Or if you even want to solve that for x squared minus 36 equals 0. So x squared equals 36 by subtracting it over and taking your square root, you're going to get the same thing. So it doesn't matter whether you're good at factoring or not. Just take the square root of the numbers on 13 and 14 and get them both in there. Alright, this guy. I actually got to do a little math. Our order here is going to be the exact same thing we talked about in class, and we came up with the idea that the first one is the bottom, second one goes up the front, third one goes up the top, and the last one goes around the back side. So if you kind of work in this order, you're going to get all of the stuff in the right order. If that helps you, I don't know. Maybe it will. So anyway, vertical asymptote, we got to solve our bottom for 0. That's going to be x equals negative 3. This is going to be going right through here. Awesome. Horizontal asymptote, that's our front numbers. In this case, they're both 1, so it's going to be a y equals 1. Going right in here. X-intercept is going to be your top equal to 0. So that's going to be x minus 2. Gives me an x equals 2. So where's that going to go here? It's going to go here. The other one's the 0. So I'm at 2 comma 0 there. Bam. Y-intercept is the back numbers. So that's y equals negative 2/3. So that's going to be 0 comma negative 2/3. Right in here. So we're already good to go on graphing it. We're going to be real careful. Swoop on through here and go like that. And then the other one's just going to hang out up top. That's a much better looking curve. And that ugly thing on the bottom that I apologize for. Our negative b, I'm just going with negative b over 2, yeah. b minus ad over c. Plug our numbers in there for that. Remember, a, b, c, and d. So that's going to be negative 2 minus 1 times d is 3 all over c, which is also 1. That's Negative 2 minus 3 gives me negative 5. The big thing here is the negative means that we're on this side and this side. If that came out positive, we're here and here. But we already know that because we did our intercepts properly. Man, these colors look really nice all together, don't they, right now? I'm sure that's what you're thinking. Alright, last one. Vertical asymptote is still bottom equal to 0, so that's going to be x equals negative 2. Our horizontal is the easier one, where we just grab this number here. Equals positive 2. Alright, so we're going x-intercept here at negative 2. Y-intercept, or y-asymptote here at positive. Nice. Alright, our positive sign here. Positive means that we're going in these two quadrants. Bam, bam. If that was a negative on top, we'd be in these two quadrants, like so. So the positive there means and that's it. Be a little bit more careful on yours. You know, don't cross over the asymptote like I clearly did right there. Just pour. There we go. That's better looking. Can I go that way? Yeah, nice. Alright kids, that's the whole test. Nice and easy if you remember a few things. Study what those things mean and which ones to do when, and you're going to be good. See you later. Good luck.